Welcome to the Butcher's Bible podcast.
G'day everyone, and Luke here with a great deal from our friends over at Leonards Ingredients.
For 4 weeks, the Euro box will be available, giving you the chance to try all 5 of their flagship flavours.
What's in the box?
I'll tell you. There's Old English, which has lots of pepper, herbs and onion from the Leonards award-winning bestseller selection.
Garlic Supreme loaded with garlic, complemented with parsley, oregano for that eye candy.
Pork and red onion, a seasoning mix that's packed full of red onions, making it not only visually appealing, but also very, very tasty.
The classic Italian flavours of tomato, oregano and garlic with their visual flakes of red pepper for extra eye appeal. Ooh la la.
Chorizo style, using smoked paprika, garlic and chili for that classic Spanish taste in a British bang.
Simply contact your local stockist in your area, click on the Euros link or head over to leonards.co.uk and enjoy the taste of the Euros.
Leonards Ingredients, the family-run company with 4 decades of service and experience. Be quick, this offer ends 17th of July.
Shop local, shop Leonards.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible podcast. I'm your host, Luke.
I'm your host, Cutie Patootie.
Oh. There's 2 blokes preaching the good word of the meat industry.
1 episode at a time.
Nice. We have a very special guest with us today. We have head butcher and Team GB member, Henry Curd.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah, we're all right.
Yeah, good man. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been good. Like I said, I've just been back. I've been away for 2 weeks. I've been in Cornwall for 2 weeks. So first week back, just sort of working my way back into it. So yeah, no, it's nice. It's good to be back into it. A bit of routine. So yeah, it's good. Like I say, this week sort of very much get involved, see what's going on, and then yeah, crack on with it all.
Very cool.
Very
right,
cool.
if you want to take this time to plug and promote anything and everything, Henry Curd.
Yeah, so yeah, my name's Henry, or Butcher Curd on the Insta. Been butchering for about 15, 16 years now. And yeah, recently part of the Team GB, which is pretty exciting. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice. We are razzing through the Team GB, and it's all by mistake, I swear.
That's true. It is, isn't it? Yeah, inadvertently. But it's not too bad.
Not too bad. So, paint us a picture, Henry. Where did the butchery all start with you?
Well, the classic Saturday boy. I knew one of my mates. Yeah, one of my mates was a apprentice butcher in my local butchers, and I thought, well, let's give it a crack on a Saturday, and yeah, loved it. Basically, just clean up after them being the bitch, basically. And it was just a nice laugh, and I didn't. Prior to that, I was going to go to college to do farming, and then my brother offered me he opened a butcher shop. He took over from that guy, and he offered me an apprentice. So I thought, well, why not? I've done one level of farming. Let's do some butchery and try and link them together. And it's basically just stayed with that, really. I haven't really sort of worked my way up, and yeah, just keep going with it, really. When I was 19, I set up my hog roast company, sort of work alongside that. And I've been doing that until present now. And that's sort of like a weekend. So you work all week and you do hog roast at the weekend. Not so much anymore. I used to do about 4 or 5 a weekend. Now it's like 1 or 2, just sort of picking and choosing what I do.
Yeah. Would you have been there the whole time, or you just kind of set it up and leave them alone with it?
With the whole go, it's nice. So my machine's all gas, so you can literally turn them on and you can walk away absolutely fine. I cook mine for about 9 hours, 10 hours. It's just like a pulled pork effect. It literally just
Yeah.
falls off the bone and you tear it up and it's just like a nice tray of pulled pork. So I start it off at my premises and then we finish it off at the venue, sort of like the last 3 hours, carve it up and then you go home. So it's otherwise you'd be staying 9 hours at someone's house.
I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
thinking
true.
that.
It's just like so sometimes like you turn up and they're like, "Oh, help yourself to whatever, drinks, foods." But this one particular time they said, "Oh, if you want to go for a swim in the pool, help yourself to the bar." I was like, just imagine that, just swimming along before the hog race.
Yeah.
Serving up
Brilliant.
pulled pork with chlorine hands.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
help yourself. I'm going to chill out here, enjoy the party.
Yo, this
so yeah, no,
this is pork. Tastes like bleach.
Yeah. Wow,
but no,
that's
it
great.
is good. It's nice going different places and seeing different people. So yeah, that's that side of it. And then the butchery, literally, I've worked with the same person for 5 years, and I just basically moved on, progressed. I've been about 9 different shops, I believe, and then ended up at Paley Farm in Goudhurst, where I'm butchery manager there. So yeah, it's
Nice.
good.
Very good.
That's
So-
cool. What sort of establishments were you at prior
Yeah.
to finishing up at getting to Paley Farm?
What, as in the shops, or just what they doing there? As
Just
in
the shops. Was there a variety, or were
Yeah,
there
so
a lot of them
literally,
high street shops?
most of them high streets. I've done sort of a bit like what you're doing, private cutting,
Yeah.
and then you go on you go to the level of like the whole counter's completely filled with vats, and then you go to the other
Right.
side where it's just literally packets of chicken breast wrapped up on a grab and go. So it's very much different styles, and then it takes a few years to work out what you really want to do.
Yeah.
And then now I'm at the Paley Farm, which is all their own meat. It's all carcass work. I can work with the farmer, so it's quite nice. If you had like a pig come in, it's too
Yeah.
lean, you can then have a discussion, and then 2 weeks later you've got a bit more fat on it.
Yeah. Brilliant.
There's not many places where you can actually physically show you and see the difference week on week. And
Yeah.
it's nice. It's a nice little place to have in there. But no, it's taken me a few years to get to that bit. Every place I've worked, I've enjoyed, and I've taken bits from each shop and the people that I've worked with to sort of
Cool.
mold it into who I am now.
Yeah.
And it's quite a nice way to be. I've worked with all the old school butchers and the youngsters, and it's quite nice to when I say youngsters, I'm only 30, but like younger than me, and it's just quite nice to sort of mix it all up, really.
Yeah. I can totally get that. I'm fairly similar because I've been in a fair few places, and you kind of take the best of what you can get out of it. And
Yeah.
you're right in saying it creates the butcher who you are today. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I never, said, "Oh, I'm better than these older guys," and I don't listen to them. I take what I need to. A lot of it, obviously, is rubbish. What they've done all their life.
Yeah.
There's little bits that you can just pick out of it all,
Yeah.
and like I said, mold it into what you want, and then you can progress onto your career. So it's quite good. And even going forward, I'm happy to learn. Like there's so much to learn in this trade. It's endless. It's forever changing. So it's brilliant. It really is.
Yeah. And a
It's a
whole
really
council
good
of VAPs.
Yeah, so that was in Tunbridge. Yeah, pretty much the whole counter was just like
That was
just
just
VAPs, like curries,
constantly.
yeah, stir fries. Luckily, I
Yeah.
was in. Yeah, I say stir fries.
Freaking stir fry. Blasphemous behaviour. What are you doing? About?
That's
Get
it.
that
This
out
is
of
cancelled.
Yeah.
Cut that
Thanks,
out.
Henry. Thanks for having you on there.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So they had two different people. Like you had the backroom people who did
Yeah.
all the catering, and then you had the shop people. So there's about 11 guys at that shop.
Wow.
We
Full
did.
operation.
Oh yeah, like on a Monday morning, you'll get 90 pair of shoulders to split, cut in half for the pubs. Yeah, Tuesday you'll have 11 pigs to process. 150 kilo sausages. Like every day, it was just
Full
list after
craft.
list. Yeah, they had 20 pubs just from one chain.
Wow.
It was absolutely mental. And that was when I was about 22, 21. So like with a mixture from 17-year-olds to the 60-year-olds. It was a good mix and a good laugh. It really was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different variety of butchering. So
That's a good attitude to have as well. Like you were saying, that you take what you need from those people and then it turn into your own thing instead of like saying I'm the big balls or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you've taken every bit from every shop and every person you've come across and adapted and built your own kind of Henry Curd yourself, which is a really positive attitude to have, especially being a young fella like yourself, mate, in this industry. Because Luke's just all about being a shit cunt.
Far from. I have a very much the same attitude. Thank you very much. I worked with a bunch of shit cunts.
I'll have we
around.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. And like I say, even from right at the beginning, like when I was an apprentice, like the stuff that we did or did to me, like as in you could never do that now to the apprentices. Like,
yeah,
I used to go after school. I used to clean the shops, sorry. And one time I left my my push bike there, and I was really big into sort of BMXing when I was quite young.
Cool.
And I left it there, went to school, come back, and they tied a pig's head and trotters to it and a tail, and yeah, I lost my shit. I really did, because of that. That's what I cared about.
Yeah, of course.
Now you see the funny side of it. But you do that nowadays, it's just, yeah, they just wouldn't accept it. But
yeah, I've said this to Ant before that the hazing just doesn't exist.
No,
I think we were the last generation to actually get that. I think.
Yeah.
Like, I've been put in a cardboard box and literally beating the shit out of, but but it's just like, it's brilliant. It's just good, and you can look back on it and have a laugh, and yeah, it's just brilliant. But like I say, nowadays, yeah, it's not going to happen.
I know, it's funny, isn't it? But do you think it? I wouldn't say it made me a better butcher, but
no,
you kind of got respect for the older boys in a way.
Yeah, once you had a laugh, like I said, as soon as you bit, that was it. They just went. But if you can take it, give it back, and you can build like a bond and a friendship. Like, actually, this 16-year-old's got a bit of a laugh about him, and we're going to teach him actually this trade. Right. Not going to exactly. So it is hard, but once you get past that barrier, then they're sort of friendly. They help you, and that's when you learn from them. So
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how they got the head on the actual BMX. Did they just zip tie it? Like,
yeah, pretty much just zip tie the front of it. And
nice.
they all around the corner, all just laughing. I was like, it's not good. Turn around and was like, yeah, there's a pig on my bike. But at the time, yeah, I could see the funny side. Well, they see the funny side. I didn't, but now, yeah, it's good laugh.
How was so you had a formal training, you did an apprenticeship?
Yeah, so I went to Meet Ipswich.
Hey, me too.
So they did I think it was a year course or a year and a half.
Yeah.
And what I liked about them is they come out to the shop. So they used to say, right, make sausage. By next time you come out, can you make sausages or can you cut up a lamb? So in that 6 to 8 weeks, you learn it. You write your little sort of book about it, and then when they come out, you then show them what you can do, and they go, yeah, tick it off. Yeah. And then you go on to the next thing. It wasn't like going to, because I didn't get on with school at all. It wasn't going to a college in a classroom learning like that. It was hands-on, and they used to come out and see you and then go off again. And before you know it, a year and a half's gone by, and you sort of tick that box really.
Yeah, that's what mine was. I was in a catering butcher's doing mine, so they were coming out to the catering butcher, and it would just be like, next time I want you to break down a pig, and I'd be breaking down pigs for forever, because you just get the sides into 3, wash, gone.
Yeah, exactly. Know what you've got to do, and that's that.
Yeah, I think I much preferred that than a few of the people now going to the colleges. You're right.
And it's more technical now, I'd say. Like they're learning the cuts, and it's probably better, but like learning the cuts,
there's more theory,
names. Exactly, well. There's more paperwork to it, which I probably would have struggled with. I'm more of a hands-on person, and that's what I sort of like with it, really. So
I think most of us butchers are hands-on people with learning.
Yeah,
very much
can't read, write, or spell, and it's just notes.
Yeah,
that sounds a lot more practical. The way that Meet Ipswich, like what you said about Meet Ipswich, that they come out, they give you a binder, you say, the lamb or whatever. Like when I did my apprenticeship 20 years ago, they were like, they gave you all the binders and everything. And they're like, right, you got to read from these chapters to these chapters. And then in the quarter, you got to go to the TAFE college, because we had like a QUT, which is a Queensland like University Trading Centre. And they would take us there. And I was the youngest one there. I was like 14. And all the rest of the boys and girls were like 18 and above, so they'll go to the lunch, go get pissed up, and I'll be still sitting there like, what do I do? You know, but like they would literally have like us sitting in the classroom, and then they'll be like, just have like the overhead projectors, and then they'll be like, right, this is like where pork is, this is the cuts here and here you have to make, and then they'll do like a full like 5-day thing of it all, you know, and you just, by like the 4th day, you're just bored out of your mind until like the last day when you actually get your hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like it was more,
good.
it was a bit harder though when we were doing the beef one, because that was like an overhead projector, and then they were like, right, here's front, middle, and back, and then that's when you kind of were like, yeah, I got 5 days of this, just breaking beef, been a Terry tough count. But it was like it's good. But then you're like, whatever you learned in the classroom, you're like, oh shit, now I got to do this in front of the boys. This is gonna be difficult.
And it'll be watching.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, they're gonna be watching. Yeah,
Very much so.
yeah. But that sounds more practical, because it took me back down memory lane. I was just like, fuck, I sat in the classroom.
Yeah, I think if you're near Ipswich, then you do go to their base. But because we're quite far away, they just come down and they just sort of pick. Say there's me and then there's someone guy half an hour down the road. They'll basically link them all together and the two will stay in hotels and go round like East Sussex, for instance, and then go off to Kent and then go back to their base. Basically, that's what their work. That's what they do, really.
I hope that those places were nicer than the Team GB rec rooms or whatever they gave you, shoebox.
Oh well, me and Henry didn't stay.
No, we went home. I was half an hour from my house. I was like, I'm going home.
I felt so jammy coming in. How about you?
Yeah, I was all fresh, showered, got a costume on the way. I was like, this is life. I'm ready to go.
Everyone else is like had no sleep, was just completely like deterred from like, if that's blood, there's cockroaches, like I'm not sure what is going on here. Everyone was just in a bit of a panic. It was it was brilliant. Poor Team GB.
I'm sure we'll get our turn eventually. Hopefully we'll get to have a nice premiere or something like that next time.
That's it. We've done it now. We've skipped that one, and now hopefully in the next ones we're going to get some good rooms somewhere. Family rooms.
That was a test. So yeah, now we can go straight to the luxury now.
Very good. Very good.
Have they released when the next training session is? Sorry, Luke.
No, all good.
I can't remember.
It was October, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was. Yeah. October, that's it.
Yeah. Are they going to be closer to Scotland, or are they kind of keeping it where you guys are?
I think it is Scotland. I think it's to try and make it fair for those guys, and I have to try and make it a little bit fair, because otherwise they'll be coming down here all the time, and it gets costly. So yeah, if we just try and make it fair, it's just to go up really. So but yeah, it's quite nice. I've never been to Scotland, so looking forward to be fair.
That's beautiful, mate. I love it.
You never been to Scotland?
No.
Dude, it's sick. Edinburgh City's sick.
Yeah, I really want to go, so I'm looking forward to that. So I might take actually a whole week off and just have a week up there and do do training, and then have a little holiday with the family up there as well. So yeah, I
might come with, just tag along.
Yeah, mate, nice to be here.
I was going to ask, are you gonna drive or fly?
Fly. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, with knives.
Yeah, but they got down with their knives, didn't they?
I think they put them in the hold. You can't take them hand luggage.
I would.
Well, I think if you declare it, they put it underneath, don't they? I think if you say this is that, and they put it underneath, so you can't get to them.
Fair enough.
I think anyway, but I'm going to look into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not driving.
No, I'll contact Ryan.
Yeah, see what they did. I'm pretty sure it was fine. Yeah.
You basically got Ryan and Carl and all those boys up there. You're like, surely they can give you a set of knives.
Yeah,
not the same.
It's nothing like your own knife, is it? That's
you know this.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? I've been out of the game for 3 months now. Just patting that off like, fuck it, just grab any knife, you dickhead.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right.
So
sorry,
when
Luke,
you were up and coming, before as you were building to be the butcher you are today, what was the things you were most excited to do? Like breaking pigs, cutting thousands of chicken thighs. What is it? What got you going to want to learn to carry on and push?
So I quite liked the whole fast pace of like, anything, the lambs, the pigs, the beef. I like the whole atmosphere of there's 4 or 5 guys, music blaring and just absolutely going for it. And like not just slashing it and tearing it, like you're doing it properly, but you've got a buzz around you. And I really like that in my sort of like mid-20s, late 20s. And now I quite like the aspect of still doing that, but slowing it down and creating products out of it, putting it into the counter and all that sort of style of it, really. So, like I say, mid-20s was just like loud music, having a laugh, and then now I'm sort of 30s. That's what I sort of like to refine it into, basically.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, like thinking of what to make, put it into the counter, and sell it, and educate the customers. I really like educating, the customers as they come in. Because some are just completely just oblivious, and it's quite nice when it's on your own farm. You can actually show them, and you can describe, exactly what you're on about. So,
what have you found most difficult about educating people who just don't have a clue or won't listen?
I think it's the pricing is easy. Like, as in, they can't get their head around why, for instance, like a Sutton Hoo chicken is so much more money than a normal. Like a shop chicken, and we don't sell any other chicken apart from Sutton or free range chicken in our shop.
Shout out!
Literally, we just whole birds, bone it out into breasts, legs, thighs, and that's that. And I think if you give people the option, they're always going to go for the cheaper chicken, for instance.
Yeah. But
if you have no option, then you can educate them and say, right, yes, it's a bit more money, but you only need one chicken breast. That'll feed 2 of you because they're bigger. So basically, it doesn't really add up to much more. Once they've tried it, that's it. They don't want anything else. So
that's true.
It's quite nice to see them change what they're buying, but it's getting that barrier down. Not saying this is why it costs more money. This is the work that we do into it, but the flavour, the outcome is just unreal. Speaks for themselves. And once they've bought it, then they know, and they understand it.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Education is key. Yeah. That's what we've said for the longest time, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
We said this since the beginning as well. It's just like you got your generic kind of regular butcher shops that are just got that box stuff, but when you're doing a proper product from honest farms, with a fairly decent price as well, people are like, but I can get it cheaper down the road. And it's just like, you're not doing yourself a service going down the road, because those people obviously just are in it for turning up Monday to Friday and doing whatever they want. Where you guys are like, we're happy to sit here day in, day out and really take our time and really bring you into our world and really explain these products from honest farms, especially like Sutton chickens as well. Like, they're fucking phenomenal, and even like Simon Maynard, he vouches for him and he really does like care. And when I see your stuff on there as well, I'm like, that's a decent fucking bird. You got happy customers walking out with like a fucking good product as well.
But like all of our kebabs are the same chicken. Literally, I bone the whole thing out, breasts and the thighs. I put it all on the same kebab. So we don't even buy in cheap chicken just to try and pull the wool over the customer's eyes. But literally, it's free range chicken the whole way through, because that's the only thing we buy in. So let's make it the best it can be. There's no point having all this lovely beef and ham, pork, and then buying in really shit like rubbish chicken. It's pointless.
I'm pretty sure they could tell. Like, once you've had those,
Definitely.
like the texture, the flavor, everything is completely different. And when you get like the, I don't know, what are they now, like Polish or Romanian chickens or whatever? It's just all chewy and rubbery, and you could tell it's just not the same. It hasn't got that punch. It hasn't got that there. Yeah, and like, there's no point in lying to people, because you've just built this beautiful wall of trust, and you're just going to crumble it down if you just go, this is chicken.
This is the best chicken that can chicken.
Yeah, we just won't sell it. So we might sell out in a day or two, and then we wait until a week to get more chicken in. That's because we only get one delivery a week.
I've always liked that sort of mentality of it, rather than just buying in and just having constant stock of something. I've worked in a couple of places where we had what we had for the week.
Yeah.
You sell out, That's a good thing, right? You don't want to be buying in more and then risking having bits left over or stuff that you need to process somehow. And it creates a limited supply, so people want to get in quicker and it shows that it's
Yeah, you miss out. You miss out.
product, isn't it?
Yeah.
They learn to pre-order. They learn the system how it works.
Yeah.
Basically, and it's quite good. Like for instance, you'll have a customer come in and say, "Can I have a sirloin steak?" We haven't got any sirloin. We don't cut our beef until it's like 4 weeks at least. So we don't say it's not quite ready yet. But we've got rump steak. Oh no, we don't want rump. It's chewy. Okay, well,
I love that.
Try this rump, and if there's like a family of 3, get a nice big 1.5-inch steak and cook it as a one piece, and then slice it up. They've done it, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" And they won't buy something again. They'll have a rump, and that's what I quite like. I like changing what they're going to buy, and once they bought it, they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
Yeah,
it's that education.
Turn the heat down, and they're like, "Oh, amazing!"
Yeah. It's if you go to a supermarket, then probably rump is chewy. It's like the bottom of the steak, but when it's on our beef, it's aged for the same amount of time. It's the same flavour, nice fat covering. It's absolutely amazing, if not better than the other steaks, in my opinion. So, yeah.
You do love a picanha, I'll tell you that much. That is a sexy cut.
Nice. Now, you mentioned kebabs. Do you make your own marinades?
No, I just think we get a lot of them in. It's something that I would like to do, but because we are quite a small team and we've got quite a lot of breaking down the carcasses and stuff like that, it's quite hard, and I'd rather give all my focus into it than just a little bit and then not really do it right. So I've been there 2 years, so I want to get everything that I'm doing done really well, and then move on and then break it all down again, and then do the marinades and stuff like that. Same as sausages, I would like to make my own sausage mixtures, but again, it's time. And
who do you use for the marinades and sausage mixes?
So we use like what is in the company, or just the actual, like we use like wraps. I think it's mostly wraps that we use. It used to be like Vestagen years ago, but I'd sort of gone off them. They just sort of don't know.
It's changed. They changed their recipe about a year and a bit ago.
I think they changed it. Yeah, so wraps are up and coming. I think I really like their marinades. And
it's solid.
Whatever's they're good. They're a good product, really. So.
Nice.
Who do you use for your sausage flavors and all that? Or
so we mix. We've got like scobies, like Del Zil, like we'll package in. So like a few, we sort of mix them around really on what deliveries we've got. I don't tend to hold a lot of stock, so I just sort of tend to pick and choose what I need. Scobies like next day deliveries, we can get that. Or if I'm thinking about it far in advance, I can get it from the other companies. But I am trialing different people and places. So I'm always changing it. From, like I said, I've only been there 2 years, and in that 2 years, when I first turned up, there was no meat in the counter. The guy before me just literally just hid out the back and didn't do it. The counter was just nothing. We're in the middle. Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. So we didn't have trays, and labels. Had done nothing. So
really,
that's
quite fun.
So we did. So years ago, they did online, just like online basis. Then they built the shop, and then in that time, obviously COVID happened, didn't really kick off, and then he just didn't put much effort into the shop. So that's why the owners wanted someone to come in and really push it. So that's when I took the role. But so I had to start with the counter, put meat in there by trays, and it's a lot to take it on. And now I feel like the counter is like a really good, selection. It's good quality. Everything's there and available. Then I can move on to other bits around the shop. So I don't want to just fill the shop up with the same jars that are 5 minutes up the road another farm shop's doing. It's just pointless to me. I'd rather have local people, what they're making, and fill it up that way, really. Yeah. Like I say, we're in the middle of nowhere, so people come to us for the meat. That's what they come for. Like we have people come down, like quite a lot of Londoners come down, and they'll spend between £400 to £800 each time.
Lovely.
So we don't have a lot of customers, but high value.
Yes,
it's good. They get really good service, and that's what they love. They come down to see the farm, they see the animals, and then they get a stockpile, and then you won't see them for 5-6 weeks. But it's quite a nice way to go about it, really, because basically, instead of just doing all these packs and chasing the supermarkets, just let them do what they got to do, and you just do you, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't compete, and we shouldn't.
No, they're coming. People are coming to the farm shops now. They want to know where the meat comes from.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of shops that have a lovely shop, and they're just they're chasing the supermarkets, and it just baffles me. You got a whole fillet for like 40 quid, and it's just like, I just don't understand what your logic is about that, and I don't understand it really.
Who the
I
fuck's
understand
selling a whole
two for one.
fillet?
exactly, and well, it's you know, on the board English
Argentinian
fillet
stuff.
40 quid, exactly, and it's just it's crazy what they do. But what's funny is pretty much every shop near my area are doing it like the same style. Like, there's a town near me that they've got like 3 shops, and every butcher's is doing the same bit, chasing the same supermarket. But if you change your attitude and do like the actual quality, support the farmers, then you're stepping yourself away from them. Let them do that. Let them sell their cheap bought in stuff, and then you do you basically.
Yeah.
So
And your full traceability is night and day to them as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're literally, your traceability is like just there.
If we could slaughter on site, that would be brilliant. But like, we've looked into that, and it's just the money and investment you'd need to do. It's just pointless. Like there's no point really. But if we could do that, then we would. Then it's completely doesn't need the farm. It's whole circle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we looked in, like when I had my shop, I looked into doing like a mobile slaughterhouse or whatever, because my farm was only like 12, 11 miles up the road. But he was just like, I have to take this because there was so many in Dorset just shutting. And he was like, I have to take this and I have to go to fucking Somerset because they can do it big enough. They can do 150 pigs for me, or they can do like 200 like beef, lamb and pork and all that. He goes, I got to take it to Somerset and I got to come back to Dorset. And then I got to go back to Somerset. And then I got to bring it back to Dorset to drop it off to you. And I'm just like, And then I did look into doing the mobile slaughter, but the government or like they just don't want anything like to do with it.
Fucking government.
It's very hard to do. So it's just not worth it for the level that we're at. And then if you get other farmers to come down to your farm to do it, then you get the antis in, and it's just you just don't want that on your doorstep, basically. So we just looked into it, and then that was it, really. So
I just want to go back to about your sausages as well, mate. Our beautiful sponsors over at Leonards, they do all those ingredients for sausages and that as well, and they got their Euro box that's out.
Yeah,
they got those 5 award-winning flavors all in the one, so you can trial them before committing to a case. And the Italian one and the Old English are apparently just insane.
Yeah, I've used Old English before. Different shops, Leonard and stuff before. So, they're good quality, which is nice.
It's they've been very supportive, like this whole way through as well. Like Luke, like they approached us, and Luke and I were like, "Oh, what do we do?" People, people are listening.
It's taking off.
We're literally like, it's happening. It's happening.
What do we do?
Something.
Panic.
Yeah, that's good.
That was really good. Thank you to Leonards. Thank you, Ellie. Love you long time.
Now, Team GB, Henry.
Yeah,
I want to get your perspective, as obviously I have my own views and opinions of it. What's your thoughts on why did you apply, and how you feel it's going so far?
Well, so through my whole career, I've never done competitions or anything like this at all. From my early stages, I was literally a case of head down. I wanted to just earn the money, work my way up all the way through that, and then get my house, all that sort of stuff personally. And now I feel like I'm at a stage where that's not settled as such. And then I've been watching Team GB probably for like 4 years, just sort of just on the socials, keeping an eye out, looking for it. And then I think it must have been last time, I think they were opening people to come in. I just wasn't ready for myself. Like I was still learning in my career, different shops where I wanted to be. And then this time I just thought, just go for it really. And just, put a punt out and then and keep going. And I always said to myself, keep going until there's nothing to, until you're not made it, or just every step, just keep plugging along. And then, I actually got on, which I was like, oh, fair enough. And it's quite nice because when I was at Plumpton, it's really nice to be in a room with everyone's got the same attitude, same motivation, and same goal. There's no like, old guy in the corner going, "Oh, you're just a painter or decorator." Like, everyone is, part of the same team. They all want to learn. They all bounce off each other. And it's just a skill set. It's just amazing what people
It was
can come
good,
out with. Yeah, like I struggle to say, if you say to me, think of a product and put it on the table, I'd be like, it'll take me ages. But if we're in a team and there's like, right, think of a product, and then you can bounce off each other,
Yeah.
and then that's when I come out my comfort zone. I'm like, okay, well, you try this, you try that, or use that and do
Yeah,
that.
no idea's a bad idea, was it really?
Exactly. Everyone was just throwing out different things, and then before you know it, you've created a product and thought, actually, well, okay, that really works. And yeah, it's quite nice to be in that environment. And like I said, everyone's got the same attitude and they're bouncing off each other, and yeah, it's good. It was fun. It was interesting, as in, like, when we're doing in different groups, to like what it would be like in the actual event.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, this is serious stuff. This is not just come for a free ride. Like, you've got to grind, you've got to work hard and produce some good stuff and work together. So, but it's just quite nice. Like you said, I'm not scared of pressure. It's quite nice to be in that. And you push yourself, basically, which is cool.
Yeah, no.
I found it was nice when I think me and you were over at the sausage machine, and I was like, "This is crazy," because it's so good to be in a room of people who understand you. Like, if you'll explain something and then go, "Do you know what I mean?" and they go, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Finally!"
I think you said to me, "Oh, can you grab the thingamajig?" And I like took it straight away. You're like,
Yeah.
How do you know that's what I meant? I was like, just you know, don't you?
It was like a hive mind. It was good.
Was he poking you?
fun.
And he's like, was he poking you? Going, oh, you're here. You're here.
No, I was on best behavior, mate. I wasn't messing with anyone.
Oh, God. When I first turned up and met him in person, he started poking me. He's like, oh, you're here. Oh, you're here.
Actually real. Yeah,
you're real.
It was
say
crazy.
That. I was like, oh my God, you're like real. You haven't catfished me. Like, actually, it is.
Yeah. I'm not just some faceless Instagram account. It was so crazy, wasn't it? Seeing all everyone when you're walking into that meeting room prior to going down to the butchery.
Actually say, this is me, and introducing yourself. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I was like, hey, I'm Luke, and people were like, I know. I was like, oh. Yeah.
We fucking love you.
It was great. It was.
Get out of here.
Everyone was a bit quiet because it was sort of
overwhelming, wasn't it? It was
we knew what people were up to anyway, so there was like there was jokey conversation, but there wasn't like, what do you do? You'd missed out on all those pleasantries because everyone knows where you work,
what you're doing anyway.
Yeah,
I think towards the end, it was everyone sort of broke down the barriers and everyone had a laugh. We went to the pub and and stuff like that, really. So I think after the last day, everyone was like, right, okay, yeah, we've broken that first barrier down. Let's crack on, basically. So yeah, it's good. Really enjoying it so far. So
some great ideas flying around as well.
Yeah, it really is. Some talented people, and they
Oh yeah, you got a solid team, but I've been saying it since the beginning. You haven't got the practice in, and you got to fucking get it in, mate. Because I'll tell you what, it's gonna be stiff next year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not doubting his. I'm not doubting his, but Team Australia, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it when I see it. You keep on.
I can't wait. Next year, I'm gonna be flying the flag.
Yeah. Endorse it. They're like, go home.
But I just want to go back just about you, Henry, for a second as well. I'm going to say a really good thing and I'm going to say a real bad thing about you, all right? So take it how you want.
Yeah.
You have an amazing attention to detail. Your products are stunning. Your presentation is just incredible. And your photography and the angles that you take on it. But the bad thing is you don't take enough.
Yeah.
I need more content from you. I need it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, you got amazing attention to detail. Your photography is just great as well. And I just really love that stuff that you bring out. And it really, every time I see a post from you, I'm just like, fuck, now I got to do something. Really
that's where you bounce off each other, basically. But it's weird with me. I come in like waves, as in I'll do nothing for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden I'll like every day single it's crazy. But I always, when I first done Instagram, I always thought you have to make a product, you have to make it look really pretty, and then you take a picture. And I'm just like, I haven't got time for that. But now you take a picture of a full fridge, just to fill the gap sort of thing. You don't have to do something every single time. So yeah, I do need to do a bit more. With the photography style, I used to do sort of photography at school, and I'm so like literally take a picture, and if there's a slight angle or a bit of blood, I'll just redo the whole, wipe it all, and it'll take 5 to 6 attempts just to get that one picture. But in my head, I'm really bad for that. In my head, I've got a picture. I know what it wants to look like. So it needs to look like that when it comes out. Yeah, basically.
That was really good. That's I just every time it's just I see, I'm like, beautiful. This deserves a lot more recognition than it does. And I'm just like, then I won't see you for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, motherfucker, you put me on the hook.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you did. But it's brilliant, stunning. Need more.
No, appreciate that. Yeah.
I wonder what you were going to say, Ant. Then one bad thing. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I know. I watched you over in the corner. You're like, here we go.
Ready to leave.
Yeah, jeez.
He walks out on the podcast. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But do you know what position you're going to be in when it comes to the Team GB at all?
I don't know, like as in now.
What would you want to be?
I put myself for like a breaker or like a trimmer. I would say I can do finishing. Like, I can do everything. But I'd probably say my strongest is the breaking and the trimming side of everything, or production, basically to say.
Yeah.
The finishing, I think there's guys in there that are a lot better at me than that. So I wouldn't want to take a position that I put myself in, thinking that I can do it when there's guys around me that clearly are very good at what they do.
Yeah, it's no secret that we're heavy on finishers.
Yeah, some of the guys are amazing. So yeah, I put myself in that category really.
Yeah,
which is, it's still good. Yeah,
very strong. Also, can we just talk about the transformation that Ben Tyndale just went through? Like,
yeah, no, I saw that today.
Oh yeah,
where's
it from?
Hats off to him. That's amazing. That's brilliant. Well done. Yeah.
Well, we saw him at Taste of London, and I was just like, "Where the fuck is the rest of you?" And he's just like, I was like, "Fucking hell, you're so white and thin, I could snort you."
Well, he got all fake tan up, didn't he? So it's
he literally did that day before the training.
Yeah, because everyone thought, "Oh, you stained your hands with like mayonnaise." Because oh no, that's fake tan. So he embraced it. He just said, "I'm not going to clean it off. I'm going to embrace it and just roll with it." Which it's brilliant. It's good laugh.
Yeah, very good. Amazing work, Ben.
Yeah, very, very impressive.
Yeah, awesome.
I want to get back to some of the people that you've worked with in the past and how you handled them. Do you have any outstanding people who you learned from? Let's say you're Mr. Miyagi in a way. Everyone's got one where they were like holding on to this person because they were giving them knowledge.
Yes, there's been a few that have worked in like on the line, like in the plants, and they go to like Holland when they were sort of like in the 20s, where it was like proper graft, like just smashing out all day, and to learn from them the way they do things is incredible. Like some guy could do like his top bits in like 40 seconds, and it's just watching him do that is amazing. Like he used to just with his knife sharpening, he used to just literally touch it, and it's like a razor.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? When I was 20, I was like sharpening it for like 10 minutes, trying to, it's still blunt as anything, and he used to just tap it, and it was sharp. So how do you do that? And he taught me, and you learn from that, and it's incredible. Like I said, like there's no point walking through this trade thinking you're better than everyone or you're the best, because take bits from every single person. Like I said earlier, it's take bits from every single person and mold it into yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can pass on the best bits that you've been through to the next generation.
Yeah.
Which, is just what I do really. To any apprentices, I've taught quite a few apprentices to come up. And it's quite nice because also the best way to sort of learn is to teach. Like when you're teaching people, you're learning yourself as well, and you're keeping up to date with it all. Basically, you're not getting slack because you're teaching people. So
yeah, is that one thing you've managed to get hold of fairly easily? Is teaching or putting into words what you do so naturally?
I just I've always told everyone I work with that Like, don't be scared. It's a piece of meat at the end of the day. You know, as long as you're not going to cut a fillet straight in half deliberately, then we can always do something with it. So I've worked with so many people that just, I just a bit nervous. I'm like, it's meat. It's just cut it. If you make a mistake, we will work out what you've done, and then we'll do something with that mistake, and then we'll learn next time. And once you've broken that barrier down, they're like, oh, actually, yeah. And then their confidence, you can see it, and off they go. It's brilliant. So
confidence is key when it comes to, like, let's say fillet, but you need the backing of the person training you as well to give you a bit of space, but also just hover enough to go, right, stop there, please, and kind of carry on and guide them from where they're going. You know, if you're just like, trim it out, get on the blowing up at them, it kind of really just takes them back, and the confidence is gone again. You know, it really starts at home with who the trainer is and how you perceive that at the back of house, and how they deal with that at the front as well. You know, if it's all speed of surface on a busy sad day and you got to trim out another fillet straight off the body and they haven't got the confidence, it's just another slowdown, you know. And it's very very good key points on that. You know, when you need an efficient shop to work, like Luke said, a hive mind, you know, everyone needs to be thinking in that same region. Region.
I find my kind of style of teaching, let's say, is sort of the reassurance, but putting on that little bit of pressure of, you know, I believe in you, so you've got this. So inspiring confidence, even if they don't have it.
Yeah, so I would always say, like, if they say, oh, how do I do this? I say, you know how to do this. I've seen you do it last time. I'm not going to help you because I know they can do it, and they're not going to mess it up. I know that they're just asking me because by asking someone, they're going to show you and do it, then you don't have to do it. You know, I've been there. I've done that when I was a youngster. I used to say, oh, can you do this? Because I wasn't that confident. And then I'm like, okay, he's done it now, so I haven't got to do it. But I could do it. I just wasn't that confident in it. So now when I say to the apprentices or people that I'm teaching, just, you know how to do it, and just sort of walk away. Not like out of the way, but like walk just down the sort of block. And then you can see them doing it. And then when they finally do it, they're like, actually, yeah. And you can see them actually go, yeah, I can do this. And then the next time their confidence builds, and you just keep doing that and you keep progressing. So
I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but my sort of times where I really saw what I was made of was when it was absolutely necessary that the stuff got done, and I was the only one there. It's just those you just have to do it.
You've got orders coming in, you're like, okay, I've just got to do it. And once you've done it a few times, you're like, see, I know what I'm doing now, and your confidence builds, and then you move on to the next thing. So
worst case scenario, you guess.
Yeah,
it's fairly logical, isn't it?
It just scares to go with it. I can make a lot of things look like a different thing. So just, you know, work with it.
Nothing marinade can't sort out, or meat glue. You'll be all right.
God, I remember being given a top bit, and they were like, "You know what to do with this, right?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." Like wrong seams, everything. Absolutely, just fucked it up. But I still rolled it. And gave it back to them, and they were like, "Good job." I was like, "Oh my god!" Luckily they didn't come in 10 minutes ago. It looked like the dog had been at
it. Don't cut the strings, please. Don't cut the strings.
It was just all falling apart. It's just it's madness. I was like, "How many flat irons can you tie together?" To make it look like a topside. Christ.
So at Paley Farms, what is like your top seller right now with all your products?
Our beef's pretty strong, to be fair. We sell quite a lot of beef throughout the boards. It's pretty good. Working with the stockman like really closely, like it takes quite a while to get the perfect carcass. Like last year we had a lot of lean, big stuff coming through the shop, and I was just like, really? He goes, look, just roll with it. Work with me, it is coming, but it just takes a good year, you know. It's coming around, and now every carcass that comes through is consistently around about 300 kilo, lovely fat cover. Obviously it's pasture for life, so it's not going to be, 2 inches of fat, but it's just a different flavour basically. But we are probably one of the best around of that really. There was a few farms that just there's a lot of butchers that try pasture for life, and they've had a lot of bad stuff. And it's lean, and they get put off by it. And then they don't try it again. But we're quite lucky that obviously we're on our own farm, so we can put it through the shop. If it's too lean, then we can work with them, and then it's better each time to narrow at a level that every carcass that comes through is consistent, which is just amazing, really. So yeah, I would say the beef is the strongest point, I would say.
Have you got a mix of breeds, or is it like kind of
just Sussex, pure Sussex? Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Very
Sussex are good. They're such a go-to.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're here, and they do so well in Sussex, and they get fat on concrete. That's the phrase.
I was gonna say there's nothing but concrete up there.
Yeah.
What about your pork? What about your pork then? You got rare breeds or?
Welsh Scotch Saddleback, large white. They do chop and change them, so I think that's the ones that are at the moment currently. But they have done different varieties before, really. But they're the ones at the moment, really. And then we've got Easy Care sheep. So
nice.
Yeah. So no, they're good.
Haven't heard of that brand before.
Yeah, they're
it's not a car.
the Easy Care.
Yeah, I'm not too
premium service, Easy Care.
too familiar with them, but no, they're good. Well, good lambs coming through at the moment. Absolutely spot on. You can't beat it. It's quite good that we can work with our farm. Obviously, it's our farm and the shop. It's part of the same company, so the prices we could sort of fix. But when the lambs like going through the roof, like over £9 a kilo, it's just like I don't know how people make their money on that. It's just ridiculous. But we are lucky that we can fix our price, and we're lucky about that, really. So
yeah,
but lamb is a slow seller. I wouldn't say we do sell a lot. I don't think that's across the board, to be fair. I think you ask most people, lamb is a slow seller at the moment. So
yeah, because the season's out now for them. Like, Easter's gone, and then like lamb, I always found during working most shops, it kind of just like bobbles until like Mother's Day, Father's Day, perhaps. But Father's Day is like more beef orientated. But then there is that odd person who's just like, give me 2 legs of lamb. Got like 20 people coming over. You're like, yeah, sure. But it's not really until like Christmas time lamb kind of just picks up again, and you're just But it's
2 legs of lamb. That's like fucking 140 quid now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect. But 65 quid a leg of lamb. Yeah. I'd say.
What is going on?
That's insane. I was paying like $9.20 when I had my shop for those for my sheep, for those lambs I had, and that was like 6-7 months. No, 5 months ago.
Yeah, I think it's like 9. It's stalled around 970, 980 now.
Yeah, so we were 750, and then 850. We are now. I decided we were both going to make a little bit more, make a little bit less, try and make it a bit more fair. But to charge over £10 or £9, it's just crazy to get that back.
Then what would you sell a rack of lamb at then? Like
exactly. Once your legs are gone.
Yeah.
And your shoulders are gone, you've got a lot of money to make in the rack and loin. It's just like...
And you're going to be cutting like paper thin loin chops. And then they're like, that paper thin is only like 100 grams. And it's like, yep, that's 16 quid. And you're like...
75 grams of bone.
Yeah.
Christ. Do you cure your own bacon at all?
Yeah. Cure and bacon. It's very much just literally cure salt, and then in the vac 14, and then hang it up for a 7 and just slice it. Just very simple. I'd like to do different flavors, but again, I just want to just do something right and then move on to something, and then start again, break it all down, and then put it back up again. So
yeah,
Mia's got a great bacon recipe as well, so you should hit it.
Yeah, I heard that on it. Yeah. I think did she say maple? Was it? I don't know. I think she said
Guinness.
She's going to look into. Yeah,
Guinness. That was it. Yeah.
And Simon Maynard as well. He's he does that beer and treacle one that always looks stunning. Always looks stunning, and I'm like, every time he posts a photo of it, I'm just like,
just the whole slab.
God, just give it to me.
It's the treacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just changes the color of it completely. It's mad.
Have
It's
you
good,
thought
though.
about going down like the nitrate-free kind of route on the bacon and your sausages?
Yeah, yeah, like we do. The sausages are sort of very much very. We got that. I think you said about the rusk in your last
Yeah.
podcast. We use that one from Scobies, and it's just literally mixed herbs and then just like a base mix on that, and it's literally no preservatives, all gluten free. So it's very
Cool.
plain.
Hell yeah.
We don't want to do too much of all the rubbish going into it basically, because again, we're trying to keep it as natural as we can.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is not sugar free basically.
Do you ever do any funky flavors?
Yeah, go on then.
Funky.
What of we do. Well, there's one that I don't know who sells it now, but it's a hot pineapple one. That's quite
okay.
nice. Yeah,
How's
And
the
it's a hot-
pineapple react to the meat?
Yeah.
it's all like that. It's actually quite nice to be fair. It goes together quite nicely. Yeah.
What, fresh pineapple, or do you dehydrate them, or what?
No, it's the mix already. It's pre-mixed.
Right. See, I was running
Yeah.
through my head. I was like, the pineapple is going to eat away the meat and the skin. And it's just going to explode. And it's a hot mess, and I'm
Yeah.
fucking pissed off now.
It's like a pre-mix basically.
Right.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of. There's like a mango one as well.
Mm.
So all different varieties, but again, we don't want to. I don't want to do too much because we're, like I said, middle of nowhere. So there's no point making all these different varieties of sausages
Yeah.
just to sit there basically. So we do like our breakfast one, a plain one, and then like a herby one, farmhouse, and then we do like a flavour each week, and then like pork and leek, just mix and match basically, change it up.
Yeah, nice. Have you got a cafe or restaurant attached to it, or is not?
No, it's literally just a farm shop. It's
Right.
it's in like a barn, so it's a farm shop within like an old barn. We don't want to do too much down there because the owners live on site. It's like their house basically, so you don't have like shops and cafes and stuff. Otherwise, you've got to open all the time, and there's people just sort of mingling around. It is a working farm, so
Yeah.
it is quite hard basically. So we're just sort of sticking with the farm at the moment and the shop. And then, not to say that we would never do that, but again, it's just each thing that we do it right, and then we move on to the next step.
Yeah, cool.
Basically.
You could do, yeah, if you get the planning permission, you could definitely do like a cafe and only like do like 10 till 5 or something, and the butchery shuts at like 1-ish, and then you can carry on doing that kind of sort of thing. But it is like, it is grueling 7 days again, because then like you're going to be try and do 5, but then someone's sick or someone's on holidays and you're back to doing 6-7 days again. It is hard work. I don't blame them, especially being a working farm, because a working farm is 24/7, 365, mate. Nothing stops.
No.
Yeah.
And it's always busy going on. You just don't want people to sort of be in places they shouldn't be, basically. So we just try and stick it to the shop hours, and then we shut, and then everyone gets their break, their weekends, and then we start again each week, basically. Like I said, it was only a small team. There's 2 full-time and a part-time, so it's very a small team in our butchery. So
Are the owners butchers or have a background in butchery, or is it just
no, literally they just bought. They're more like they've got like property, and then they bought a farm for their family to sort of grow up on, and like a project. They've been there about 13. They've been there about 10 years now, I think.
Nice.
And it's like a 30-year project. Like each barn, it was an old hop farm. It's 900 acres, so it's a big farm.
Wow.
Yeah.
nice?
Serious.
Yes, they're trying to restore like the barns that are there, like the old shy horses, like the stables are still there. Just want to try and make them back to what they look like, do them up a little bit. But again, it's just time, money. It's just but it will happen. It's just slowly.
900 acres. The quarry I work at now is 1,000 acres, and even then, I'm like, oh man, I got to travel like 20 minutes down the road here. This is going to take ages. But you got farmyards everywhere. You're like,
No, it's a good size farm. Like I say, we've got the size to have the stock that we do, move it around. So we have obviously all the venison comes off our farm as well, which is not farmed. I go out myself and actually get it, which is quite nice.
Sweet.
So you can see it firsthand. What's that?
do you farm your venison? Did you say?
No, it's not farmed.
Oh, okay.
No, there's enough in the world.
There's going to be a few.
I had a
There's
few
gonna be venison
questions.
on 900.
No, not farmed, definitely not. No, so obviously that comes with the farm as well. So
Sweet. How do you find that? As in, not as in like, there it is. Like, like how like how's it going? Like the selling the venison.
I've got quite a big passion for it, so I push it quite hard. Especially as I go out and harvest it myself, and having that story straight away, people already bought in. But no, I'll just give like a fillet steak or a venison steak to someone if they've never tried it. I said, "Well, have it, try it," and then they've tried it, and then like, yeah, they won't have fillet again. They'll have that over fillet.
Yes, there's something about game and those delicate cuts. You know, it just hooks you. You know, and you're stuck on it then, and like Flora said, it's just once you've had that taste, it's like a drug. Then you're hooked, and like her for awful. But I swear, it's something about game. Me and game as well. I just love game, and I talk about game, and I always used to try and push game, and not for the markup or the money, but it was actually the health benefits and actually flavor and everything you get from it. You know, it gives you more than that fillet steak would. And I'm just, big.
It's breaking that barrier of it being Bambi down. Like, straight away say that's what as soon as they say. And as soon as you've broken that down and you tell them the damage and you tell them what they're doing, then they start to understand how much we're overpopulated.
Yeah.
And then when you start educating them, they actually, we'll try a bit of that. And I just don't do your standard diced and that's it, and haunch. I'll do like the cutlets. I'll do mince, make burgers, sausages. Like, you just treat it like a lamb. Just do all these different products.
Yeah.
And then people try it and they love it. So I'll sell out every week. Sell a whole 1 or 2 deer a which is just
that's brilliant.
Amount.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
You're saying that you're quieter. Doing 2 bodies of venison is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, so we've got an online shop as well that we deliver nationwide, so that sort of ticks along.
I saw the boxes post. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a good photo as well.
So a lot of our photos are professionally done, so that's why I nick a few of them for my Insta. Why not? But it's so we sell a lot of quite a bit of it, to be fair.
Good.
Which is cool.
Keep that going.
Good. You have any more of that?
Yeah, it is coming slowly. So I've got a good friend that's set up his own venison company, and he's just hammering it out at the moment. I think he did 400 bodies last year, just turning over. He just wants to increase it year on year. So again, he's got a passion for it. He sees the first-hand the damage that they're doing, and then education people to try it. Basically, it needs to go in schools really and care homes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And once it's in that and it comes normal, then
and the nutritional value for those people, older, elderly, and then kids. Absolute game changer.
Exactly what I was just thinking. I was just like, oh, you just hit the nail on the head, Loki. Yeah.
Remember, if people go, oh, Bambi, you go, no, this was her mother.
She was a right dickhead.
Yeah, this was the mum. If you remember, have you watched it recently?
But it's not a problem until it's in their garden or on the road right in front of them. Basically,
right.
It's not until it's right face in front of them that they think, oh, actually, there's quite a lot here.
Yeah.
So
you got a bit on if you hit it with your car. The car's total, but do I just cut this open and have a nibble?
Just try it.
Fucking A. I would honestly, if that hit my car, I'd be like, all right, and get the kid out of the back and start skinning a deer on the side of the road waiting for AA.
It's crazy. If you hit it, you can't take it. It's crazy. That's what I find. It's mad.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're talking to Matt about. If you hit it and it's still alive, what's the etiquette to do? A lot of the time, police won't come out, rangers won't come out if it's out of their jurisdiction. What do you do? Do you just sit there with it, stroking it? Like,
in pain. It's crazy. I've seen people put like blankets over them and that, and just like, well, it's just come on. It's in pain. Yeah. Like, it's not nice to do, but it's got to be done, isn't it? So
it's the most humane thing to do. Anything in pain like that needs to be taken out of its misery, especially if its legs are broken or its neck is broken or whatever.
Yeah. And if your mate's driving behind you, you can pick it up and
exactly, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think we've seen it. Sorry.
I'll say we were sitting in the field where we've actually seen deer like can't put their foot down because it's broken, just hanging there where it's been hit and or run off, and it's just like that deer is now going to survive and just in limp mode. There's no predator for them, so it's just going to carry on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just going to keep going until it's harvested. But we've got another farm about half an hour from our current one now, and there's we call it a deer sanctuary, because any deer that's been injured, they go to there and they'll look after it, and then they'll set it free again in the wild, and they'll give it like injections and stuff like that.
I mean, I understand the welfare aspect of it. Of you don't want an animal to suffer, but we don't need any more.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Yeah.
No, overpopulated of over 1 million, so yeah, we won't control it.
Yeah, it's too far gone. It's like wildfire now. Need more programs to start culling them and really getting that, like you said, getting into the schools and the like elderly community as well. Like definitely there needs to be a market for that. It definitely, and then it'll get people, out of that funk of like, oh, fillet steak, chicken breast, chicken thighs, whatever, and be like, oh, venison. Then we just talked about the benefits from it.
Yeah. You're trying different meats and stuff like that. So yes, it's good. It's like I say, it's nice. Sorry, Karen.
I was going to say, do you feel that people think that venison's bougie, or they see it as sort of like a cheap meat on your customers?
No. So our customers are like, we're in the countryside, so a lot of them understand it, and they really like it, to be fair. Hence why we sell quite a lot of it. When I worked in the high street, like you just sell nothing, no venison at all.
Yeah.
And then when you go to some, all just pre-packed chicken and trays for like a tenner. It's a different way of shopping and different mindset of people. So that's what I mean. When in this sort of environment on a farm shop, people come down to it. They understand it. They're all country people anyway. They do their shooting, and that they like it basically. So it's quite nice.
Because some people see it as quite an expensive cut, or they just see it as a pest and they just don't want it.
Yeah.
All right, Henry, let's move over to the guest questions. Are you ready, young man?
Yeah, far away.
Right, question 1, top of your bucket list.
So I thought about this today, actually. It's quite hard. I would probably get like some sort of like RV, or like, I don't know, like lorry, and literally just drive. If money was an object and I could just drive anywhere, just driving around to different shops, different restaurants, different little mini festivals, and just sort of like not traveling the world as such, but just going to all these little places and seeing what they're cooking up, what they're eating, what the farms, what they're doing. Nice. If there was no time and money was an object, you can just literally just a year out or 2 years out and just enjoy that. I think that'd be pretty cool, to be fair. And you could take obviously my whole family as well. It's not just on my own. It's just exploring basically.
Like an Anthony Bourdain style at a Henry Curd.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
And I could be like on the TV, I'd be like, I know him.
That's a great answer.
That's great, man. Right.
Awesome.
Question 2. 3 people to invite to dinner, dead or alive, and why?
I go Gordon Ramsay, because I think it'd be quite cool just to be
yelled
spoken
at.
to like idiots, just shouting at you. I think brilliant. Just embrace it.
Yeah.
Like, I watch like Hell's Kitchen and I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Kitchen Nightmares is a personal favourite.
Yeah, exactly.
Love
idiot sandwich and stuff like that. Everything. I think it'd be pretty awesome. Lee Evans, I think, because he's just absolutely nuts, and I think he would just make you laugh just chronically all evening. And third, not sure really. It's quite a hard one. I don't know. It's a hard one. The third, I'd go. What have we got? Cook, entertainment, and then like maybe like Dynamite, something like that. Just something entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Something like that's going on that can just blow your mind right in front of you. You've got your food, you've got your laughter, and you've got something that's for entertainment, basically.
That's
something
pretty
like
cool. A bit of magic, a bit of yelling.
Yeah.
Bit of comedy, all 3 in 1. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I might try to make that work,
Hey, They've all got Instagram, so go for
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
yeah,
go
reach
for
out.
it. Oh, awesome. Question 3. Where do you see the future of butchery gone?
I think the high street is dying. Well, the high street shops are, especially in my area. I know of 4 in the last 2 years that have shut.
Wow.
And that's due to the youngsters not coming through, taking over from the people that are retiring. You know, it's not a glamorous job. You know, you paint a picture. If I said a butcher, you immediately think a grumpy old man behind a counter.
Sure.
It's not like that. It's not like that at all anymore. So I think that it will die, but I think it will come back over a few years' time. I think, you know, the government might think, actually, all the high streets and the villages are dying. Let's give cash, you know, incentives, getting greengrocers, fishmongers, and the butchers back in. I think it'll be like that for quite a while, and then everyone will come down to the farm. They want to see their animals, and that's when people like us will thrive because there's not many people doing what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why we're trying to nail it now and actually really make it as best we can. So when all these shops around us are shutting, people are going to draw into us. So there's always going to be the supermarkets around. Just ignore them. But I say the high street, I think, will die, but it will come back. But yeah, I think that's going to happen in the next few years.
Good. Right, I like that.
Yeah. Reality.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was blunt, and I liked it.
Yeah, we've had a few people on speculating, but I think that's very realistic. What you just said.
Yeah, I think because I see it firsthand. Like there is about 3 or 4 shops, you know, within a sort of half an hour drive to me, 40-minute drive, that are just shutting. All these villages, or are gonna shut. So when you see it like that, you think, oh, actually, this is actually going to happen. I think.
Yeah.
So, which is sad, but like I said, it will spin back round again. You know.
Yeah.
That is the reality.
People need to eat. That's why I love this job, because you know you don't have to buy the clothes and stuff like that, and it's nice stuff. But people need to eat. You know, you need to buy food. So,
well, yeah, that's the number one thing that we need is food.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's true. It's very. I don't know why I'm laughing. It is true.
Yeah, we all work in the trade that that we love and like to eat.
Yeah.
We should be fatter than we are, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. They always say never trust a skinny butcher, but you know.
Yeah.
I can't trust Ben Tyndall anymore. Fucking.
Good answer. Good.
Very good. Right. Question 4. Death Row Mill, main, starter, dessert, and what are you drinking?
Starter, I got like a nice prawn cocktail, something light. And the main is like, it's physically impossible to eat it, but you know, death row anyway. I'd probably have like a whole side of beef, slow roasted over open coals, and literally you can just nail as much as you want, all different cuts, all different flavors, all blended in. I know it's literally physically impossible to do, but hey, you know, you get to give it a go anyway.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
And then literally just dessert would be like apple crumble. That's like probably one of my favorite desserts. So
Custard
ice cream or custard.
Oh, upset people. I don't know. Depends what I'm feeling, really. It's hard. Winter probably custard. Summer probably, ice cream and cream.
Nice. What are you drinking?
Probably just an ale, lager. Probably lager after that lot. So
ale
was too much.
Yeah. God, slow roasted side of beef.
Yeah, I know it's a bit like out there.
Handful.
I know. I listen to a lot of people say I just have like a steak or a Coke de Beurre. I'm like, this is death row. You know, let's just go all out. Have it all.
Hell yeah!
Can't make my mind. I had the whole thing.
Yeah, that was so good.
Oh, imagine just like sliding out a whole ribeye and just like,
just like a chunk out of that and then chunk out the end. Yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome. Covered in all that juice as well. Oh yeah.
That'll be good.
Oh,
delicious.
That's awesome. Right, last question. Are aliens real?
Yes. Well, yeah, they got to be.
Yeah, nice. We got another one, boys and girls.
Yeah, it's it's a massive universe. Like you've got it can't be just us. I'm just floating around. Like it's not. Like you said, I think somebody you're never going to ever meet or find out. But yeah, like I think someone, it might have been you, Luke, said they probably know that we're here. I'm like, We're gonna leave that place.
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
it's sinking. We're gonna just enjoy our flying around cars and stuff like that. Let them try and do that.
Yeah, because let's not go there. They're destroying themselves.
Yeah, just gonna watch from afar. But yeah, definitely.
Good.
Nice.
We got another. Love
We
it.
do. Add that one to the list.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Henry,
Has anyone
thank you
said no
so
yet? I
much.
don't think they have they? No one said no yet, have they?
I think
One
Simon
person said maybe, no, and we went, really?
explain.
Yeah.
And I think it was Simon Taylor who was like, I'm going to be different and say no. I was like, no, it's not the rules.
Yeah. Explain it. Oh, okay. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you so much, Henry. We really appreciate this, and
No, pleasure.
you giving us your evening to chat shop. What's another
No,
few
brilliant.
hours, eh?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's nice to chat with you guys.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
too.
good fun.
Awesome. Now, if
Thank
you
you.
want to take this moment to plug and promote anything and everything Henry Kurt.
Yeah, so literally Butcher Curd on Instagram, and then obviously Paley Farm on Insta as well. Have a little look at them, see what they're doing. Some awesome stuff on there. And if anyone is in the area, feel free to pop down and have a look. I'm more than welcome to show what we're doing down here, and the animals, and meet the stockman. So yeah, more than happy to show and share basically.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not far from me, so I'll be down
Yeah,
soon.
pop down, have a little look. And any other shops that want to, try Pasture for Life, give us a call. Then we do serve a few shops already. There's
nice.
possibility of doing that. So yeah, give us a call and we can see if we can help you guys.
No, that's
Brilliant.
incredible. You should have said that at the beginning that you you sell the product.
Yeah, we don't sell a lot because we haven't got massive volume. We want to look after our own shop first, but
Yeah.
there is a couple shops that we do supply. So yeah, if you want to try it or even the bits of it, you don't want a whole body of beef, we can sell bits as well, no problem at all.
Oh,
Brilliant.
sensation.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Henry. And just before we go, Leonards Euro box, guys, it runs out in the middle of this month. Make sure to go and try those products. They are stunning. And shout out to Leonards. We appreciate you guys being a sponsor. And this episode has been sponsored by Leonards.
Awesome. Amazing.
Perfect.
Don't forget, get your butts, boobs, and balls checked and stay out of yourselves. And happy Friday. See you on the Monday episode, y'all.
See ya.
See you
Cheers,
later.
Henry.
Cheers.
See you, Henry.
Bye-bye.